Welcome back to Mac Aldridge Field at Durfee. Today we're getting our first look at the varsity girls soccer team of the Lady Hilltoppers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to the broadcast and welcome live on the web as we live stream today for the first time. Thrilled you're with us. Well, the 2019 campaign didn't go the way that Coach Amie Roach and her Lady Hilltoppers hoped it would go. It was a difficult season, tough on offense. Girls had some trouble scoring points. This year, though, a renewed energy and a renewed sense of purpose. Lots of youth coming up from the middle schools to join the JV and varsity teams, along with the existing returning players. Coach Roach is excited at the prospect of a bright future.
The new group of freshmen coming in are so positive, they're hardworking, and it's actually infusing even our upperclassmen with more positivity and more energy. Does it make sense? Like, they just bring a breath of fresh air, and it's affecting all of us because, as you know, we kind of suffered last season a little bit with, it was a tough season, and, that can hurts us emotionally and hard to come back sometimes, but they've really helped with that enthusiasm.
The Lady Hilltoppers have a tall task. The Lady Boxers from Brockton are always tough when they come and visit Fall River. We'll see how it all pans out after 60 minutes. Live coverage coming your way next. Stick around.
Fall River has traditionally been in the forefront of honoring members of the armed forces. Please assist in the mission to complete our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall. The names of approximately 58,300 American heroes will appear on the aluminum panels. Black granite pavers may be purchased to memorialize those who proudly served. We welcome you to be part of this once-in-a-lifetime project. To make a donation, order an individual paver, and see future announcements, please visit VietnamMemorialWall.org or connect with us on Facebook. 100% of your donation goes toward construction and perpetual care of the healing wall. Committee members expect a formal dedication in the spring of 2021. The spirit of this cooperative effort is of value to us all.
Welcome everyone to Durfee High School. Welcome back. We are live on the web. And the Boxers literally in the first 60 seconds here just putting in a goal to start things off. Not the way the Hilltoppers wanted to start it off here at Durfee. So 1-0 Brockton. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV. Beautiful day for soccer here at Mac Aldridge Field. And that'll be played by Abigail Carrero, the starting goalie, the freshman for the Lady Hilltoppers. We'll run down the rest of the starters for Durfee. Number 2, Destiny Alua Rio. Number 4, Emma Tibitot. Number 5, Zoe Sylvester. Number 7, Julia Raposa. Number 10, Emma McDonald. Number 11, Amelia Dias. Number 14, Julia Hargraves. Number 16, Kyla Lockhart. Number 17, Katie Noguera. And number 23, Julia Matos. And the head coach for the Durfee Hilltoppers is Amie Roach, her second year here at Durfee. For the visiting Brockton Boxers, In goal, number 0, Ailish Olmstead. Followed by number 1, Lena Marion. Number 6, Jada Fernandez. Number 8, Chelsea Bourne. Number 9, Jada Rodricks. As the Hilltoppers move down the field here with an opportunity to try to make something happen in the box. Cleared out. We'll continue. Number 12, Alyssa Tarantino. Number 14, Daleen Souza. Number 15, Alexandra Manzueta. Number 16, Abigail Krim. Number 19, Bianca Reynoso. And number 22, Caitlin Reardon. And the head coach of the Boxers is Rolando Lopes. Durfee comes in at 1-3-0. Brockton 1-2-0. You may recall last year's game, quite a controversial game, to say the least. 2 Durfee Hilltoppers were lost for the season to injuries. The physicality was really some of the roughest we've seen from girls soccer. The Boxers being very aggressive. Not something that we're accustomed to seeing, although Brockton always is tough, but normally the level of physicality is something that honestly we usually see even more from the boys. I mean, this was like a seriously physical game last year, and Durfee came out on the short end of the stick. Lots of controversy, and needless to say, the Hilltoppers out for revenge today. You heard Coach Roach in the open. Hilltoppers with a youth movement here, and many freshmen on this team, including, again, the goalie there, Carrero. So for the Hilltoppers, it's going to be about grooming the young and, the upperclassmen really stepping up, because I can tell you right now, the freshmen are giving some of the returners a run for their money. And Coach says she's thrilled with that at practice because it's making everybody step up. The freshmen are so excited to just be, playing high school sports. Nobody expected the season, to happen. At least, we weren't really sure until late August what was going to be happening. And Coach said everybody's just grateful that they're having the opportunity to play. And, having the freshmen, having no freshman team, has brought some of them up to JV and varsity. And she says it's really made for some good competition within the team. So we'll see how it pans out here again in our first coverage of girls soccer. Chance for Lena Marion. The break. What a save from Carrero. Comes out. Another shot on net, and that's going to sail. That was taken by Jada Rodricks. Coach Roach referred to Carrero as her little ninja, if you will. Able to come out and make some great plays and has really shown a lot early this season. Free kick coming here for Durfee. Indirect shot on net. And, it's off the corner. Can Durfee put it in? Loose ball in front? No. Great chance there for the Hilltoppers. Another chance off the crossbar. Wow. Doesn't get much closer than that. Out of play it goes. Out of play. Bourne unable to keep it. Inbounds. But it did go out off of Durfee. Durfee's in their black jerseys here at home. The white jerseys are Brockton. That was a handball right there. They didn't see it. Daleen Souza had it come up on her. Matos puts it in play. It's cut off by Bourne. Back out of play it goes. And the Boxers will have it again. Down the field it goes, giving chase is Noguera. And it goes out of play. But Brockton will have it upfield. Going down was Hargraves. Slow to get up. Went down on her shoulder, kind of favoring, a chance for Durfee. It's going to be a foot race to the ball, and it's going to be scooped up by Olmstead. The senior goalie for the Boxers. Able to make the play as Lockhart was storming in. Down the field, another break for Marion. Gonna take a shot on net, and it's good, 2-0, Brockton. Marion showing the speed and beating Carrero. 2 goals here in the first for Brockton. Certainly not what the Hilltoppers were looking for here at the start of this one. All right, back at it. Hilltoppers. Set it in play. Waiting on the ball to come back here. There it is. Left side of the screen had gone out. And the Hilltoppers will have a free kick on the right side here. Players getting tangled up. That was Hargraves and Souza, both number 14s. Kicked up ahead by Sylvester. Hargraves comes in, but the whistle has sounded. And Brockton will have it. Bouncing ball, didn't go very far. McDonald in there, and it goes out of play. Still working on the near sideline. Can't free it up. The Hilltoppers are going to have it. About 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Hilltoppers allowing a goal in the first 60 seconds. Had two great chances down this left side. About 5 to 7 minutes later, and then Brockton netting their second goal about 3 to 4 minutes ago. So if you're just joining us, a quick recap there. Down the field again for the Boxers, showing their speed. Marion chasing after it. Great save from Carrero.
Go, 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 go!
Sent up ahead, McDonald on her horse. Going after it. Excuse me, that's Lockhart rather, and there's a collision. And a collision now the far side. And that is Tibitot down on the far side looking for the trainer. There's Kelly Mahoney there. Helps her get up. And she's going to stay on the sideline for a few minutes. Checking in is Juliana Souza, number 3, and she'll set the ball in play. Ball set in play, kicked down the field, and then lofted back towards the circle by the Brockton defender. Some help on this near side. Durfee passing it up ahead, an opportunity, and it is cut off by Reynoso and cleared out of play by Reardon. Pass towards the center of the field and cleared. Another injured player for the Hilltoppers. You see Kelly Mahoney saying deep breaths. Might have had the wind knocked out of her, to be honest with you, because normally when you're injured, kind of an odd stance, you know, taking the one knee, usually down on the ground completely. And that is Julia Raposa. And she'll have to come off as well because of the injury timeout. And coming in for her is going to be Evangeline Souza. Hilltoppers going to set it in play. This is a full-on direct kick sent towards the box, and once again cleared out successfully by the Boxers as it comes down here towards the sideline, and Matos trying to settle it. Gets it back towards midfield to Amelia Dias. Now pass into the box. Oh, another chance, and it just too far out of reach again for Miss Dorado and Hargraves. So a couple times we've seen it get down into the box, but it's fed up ahead just a little bit too far, allowing Olmsted to make the play. Now Marion, look at her weave through the defense, and she's going to beat Carrero again. 3-0 Brockton here in the first. Wow, she is explosive. A 3 spot in the opening 20 minutes for the Boxers. Swing and a miss for Reardon. It gets out of play. And that's the end of the first. So 20 minutes in the books, and man, a tough one to begin here for the Lady Hilltoppers, who find themselves down 3-0. Always tough to, give up one early, maybe two, but 3 in 20 minutes is definitely not where they want to be. And, the confidence from the girls and from coach pre-game, they felt pretty good coming into this one. And this is really going to take the wind out of their sail. They got a lot of work to do. Have time to do it. I mean, another 60 minutes of soccer yet to be played, but still a 3 spot in the first is tough place to be. All right, we're going to step aside here on Fred TV, and we will be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody, to Mac Aldridge Field. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV and live on the web here today. A 3-0 Brockton Boxers lead as we get ready for the second quarter here at Durfee High School. And you know, it's always tough when you allow a score right at the start or right at the end of a period. And unfortunately, you know, for the Hilltoppers, that's exactly what happened. They allowed a goal in the first 60 seconds, and then they allowed a goal here in stoppage time right after the injury timeout. So, you know, those are the kinds of momentum shifts that are really hard to sometimes come back from. And I mean, again, I said it just a moment ago that, you know, there's definitely a lot of time in the game, but you know, got to make the most of the opportunities. Durfee had two great chances after that first goal. Two shots that actually hit off the crossbar, and unfortunately they weren't able to net one and at least tied up 1-1 at the time. And now they find themselves down 3-0 as they're in the huddle off to the right. Brockton in the huddle, or actually on their bench really, off to the left. All right, the whistles have sounded. The ref's given a little extra time to the players. So we begin the second quarter here on Fred TV. We'll switch sides as well. So Durfee now on the left, Brockton on the right in white, and playing with a 3-0 lead. Evan Massoud with you here for the call. Now for Durfee, you can't look at it as, oh, we're down by 3. You got to just kind of start chipping away little by little, one goal at a time. You can't look at it as a 3 spot. You got to take your time and just try to chip away and hopefully not give up really anything else the rest of the way before you can at least net one and get on the board. definitely be a tall task. One of the things that stood out to me in that first quarter was Brockton's defense. You know, the Hilltoppers, once they got down inside the 20, really did have a pretty difficult time of setting anything up and trying to make and create opportunities. Bouncing ball down the field. Lockhart had to get by her. And Destiny Rio watched it go out of play there, but I believe she's going to get herself a kick here for the Hilltoppers. Good spot for free kicks. Anytime you're inside the 20, indirect or otherwise. That one's going to sail straight on, no hook to it at all for Dias. Good strong kick, just didn't bring it around. It'll be a goal kick for Brockton. A busy into the week here. Mentioned at the end of last week as a preview to today, and I mentioned it on Monday's game, the field hockey game against West Bridgewater, that this was a busy week for us. A shot on net, and it's good! Buried in the corner, the Hilltoppers are on the board thanks to Destiny Rio. 3-1 the score. That's a big way to come out here in the second quarter. Grab one right away. That's going to boost the confidence as well for Durfee. But then again, here's Marion cutting in front of the defense. 4 Durfee defenders come in and take it away from her. But, man, that quickly Brockton almost had an opportunity for another goal. But what I was starting to say was that, again, busy week for us here sports-wise. Today we got girls soccer, more field hockey Thursday. And then on Friday, boys soccer back here at the stadium. So back to back to back to end the week. Going to be a free kick down here on the left side. Do apologize for any interruptions here on the live stream. One of the things that was not installed in this press box 13 years ago was Wi-Fi, which is kind of surprising, to be honest with you. Shot on net, and Carrero able to corral it. Nice save on the bounce. I wasn't working here at the time. In fact, when this was being built, I was a senior, so I was still a student. But for whatever the reason was, no Wi-Fi was put out here. So we're working off of the one of the jet packs here, and so sometimes the cellular service, has itself a little bit of an interruption. But for the most part, hopefully on your end, it's still pretty smooth. towards the box. Hilltoppers. 2 boxers hit the turf, earning the whistle and a free kick. And I believe, seeing the lines, it was inside the box, so I believe we're going to end up with a penalty kick here for the boxers, and it's Marion looking to do the honors. Yes, she will. Here we go. 1-on-1. Marion versus Carrero. 3-1 the score. Can Brockton add a 4th right here? Oh, what a save from Carrero. She leaned the right way. So often it's a 50-50 shot, honestly. And that time she guessed right. Huge save for Abigail Carrero. We stay at 3-1. That's fantastic. You know, it's not like hockey with, with penalty shots where, they can kind of take the ball, take the puck, and kind of dribble it up the ice. And no, you can't do that with soccer. It's from a dead stop. So it's literally just a set and fire. And you kind of have your, as a kicker, you have your kind of spots that you look for, that you try to hit. It's all about practice and the drills and stuff. And that's obviously, the sweet side for Marion, but Carrero picked up on something, was able to read it right, and got there for the stop. Another whistle. Well, folks at home, if you're watching for the first time, seeing girls soccer, if you haven't seen any of the boys games that we covered, of course, a lot of changes, right? The biggest being the masks and I don't want to say lack of physicality. I mean, there's supposed to be 0 physical contact, but the officials seem to be a little more lenient on that point, at least throughout the boys games we've seen and girls games. So I would venture to say that that's at least that's a consistency. It seems like the officials have been pretty lenient on that. Another shot for the boxers. Marion. Ball is loose in front, and the boxers. Oh, the boxers are not going to get the goal. The Hilltoppers bailed out thanks to the whistle. But one of the biggest things, again, there's supposed to be no physical contact, and I think it seems to be within reason at this point, the officials being a little bit lenient on it, because we definitely saw, especially in the boys' game, we saw a lot of shoulder-to-shoulder or elbow-to-elbow rubbing for the ball and jostling for the ball, and that's honestly was not supposed to happen at all when you, read the actual guidelines that the MIAA handed down to the schools to really allow this season to happen. It was not supposed to be the case, but it's like, how do you go for the ball without touching the opponent? You can't just, summon the ball to come to you. So, I can understand that part of it, and I think the officials are using their discretion, as best they can. And, but, one of the biggest things, no throw-ins, as you've probably picked up on now throughout the first 30 minutes of the game. No throw-ins, no ball handling at all with the hands, no headers. That's another thing you can't do, as Rio really moving up the sidelines before she's stopped dead in her tracks. Gets it back, centering pass just outside the box. Now Dias back to Rio. Blocked and out of play. So that's why, you're seeing the kick-ins, indirect free kicks from the side to put it in. No ball handling, no throw-ins. And the headers, headers are obviously a big part of soccer as well, and so that's not being allowed either. Down the field it goes. That's off the head. That should not have There's the whistle now. That one inadvertent. I don't. Tippetop wasn't diving for it. That one bounced up and did hit her in the head, but that's just unfortunately not going to be allowed, and it's going to be a violation. And Brockton will put the ball in play. Again, indirect, so they set it back to, that's number 2 for Brockton. That was fed up ahead to Hargraves, but took a funny hop, and able to clear it out was Souza. Now out of play on the far sideline there. Assistant coach Hayden Tavares in the tie. Well, he's assisting today. He's actually the JV coach this year, and when they're back-to-back games here, Coach Roach happy to have him on the sideline as well, assisting, but otherwise different from last year. She's pretty much solo with varsity when they don't have games back-to-back. And that'll be cleared out back towards midfield and the circle. Chance for the Hilltoppers again. Breaking up ahead there is McDonald, and the whistle halts play. And that's one of the, and I mentioned this in the boys soccer game last week, this is one of the things that's most frustrating are the constant whistles. And with soccer, unlike with field hockey, there's a lot of whistles too, but play resumes much quicker. Soccer is supposed to be a fluid game, and the whistles are really slowing it down. It's definitely frustrating to watch. From a pace of play standpoint, I'm sure it's frustrating for the players as that's sent on net and easily played in the air by Olmsted. Another whistle. See what I mean? Coach Lopes put his hands in the air and then slapped him down on his hips. Brockton head coach, like as if, what's the call? What was the problem there? McDonald coming in. Tries to turn it around on Fernandez. Goes down. About 6.5 minutes to play here before the half. Indirect free kick set in motion. It was sent right to Dias. And actually, that was another change. The quarters, we switched sides kind of like football. Boys are doing this too, and it was meant for teams to have basically a hydration break and a mask break after 20 minutes. So it basically ends up being like a mandatory 2-minute timeout. And then, of course, halftime is your standard, 10 minutes or less. It depends on so many times, for at least for soccer, football halftime always runs longer than the allotted 15 minutes. Soccer, we put the 10 minutes goes up on the board, and most of the time it ends up being less time than that. So. But I would definitely say these first 15 minutes of this second quarter, the Hilltoppers have been better offensively. They've had a little bit more ball control, able to keep, at midfield or push forward. Not as much defense needing to be played, not like the first quarter. Not as many break opportunities for Brockton as well. So Durfee's definitely tightened it up a little bit. And they did obviously net a goal as well, so they cut the deficit to 2, but now a chance, no, cleared out. Goes out of play on the inbound. Bang, bang. 1 foot to the next. Kicked up ahead in the box. Down the sideline and just out of reach of McDonald. Good idea from Rio. Just didn't get enough hook on it to keep it inbounds. Today's been really kind of a strange day in terms of the the weather. Said it was a nice day. It certainly was. I mean, we were like about 70 degrees to start the game, but now like some low clouds coming in, almost like some fog trying to work in. Very humid, just very strange. And even yesterday, the rain. We weren't supposed to get any rain yesterday, and it ended up being kind of a washout. Just a weird day, but I'll tell you one thing. It'll be nice to have good weather the rest of the week. Today we're good today. Tomorrow for field hockey will be good. Friday for soccer will be good. So luckily, for the most part, Mother Nature's cooperated with us. Some confusion with the inbounding of the ball now put into play.
Go, go, go.
Brockton in the box. Marion in front. The pass goes to her. No, cleared out and denied. It's going to go out on the sideline, out of the box. Brockton will have it. 30 seconds remaining before the clock stops at the 2 minutes, and we go through any stoppage time that we have. So nearing the end of the first half. And I'm sure the Hilltoppers would like to avoid a late goal for Brockton. Here's Marion, number 1. She will have an opportunity to set this in play. Even the corner kicks are indirect, so she has to set it in play. That's why Rodriguez is there. Rodriguez, excuse me. Then back to Marion, who loses it. That hits the flag. That's still in play. Now out of play. And another indirect corner as the clock has frozen at 2 minutes. Marion towards the net. It's going to sail right past it. And it goes out. Ooh, the official saying it went out on the side and that it's not going to be a corner kick. Marion hooking kick towards the goal. Played on a hop, still in play out front now. Cleared out. Down the field it goes toward the 50 and the far sideline. The first half will end with some contact and what probably should have been a foul, but there was no more time left. So after 40 minutes Durfee able to get one back and hold Brockton to 0 goals in the second. They still trail 3-1 at the end of the first half. All right, folks, stay with us live on YouTube. We'll have the third quarter coming up next on Fred TV. And those of you at home, stick around as well. Again, third quarter action next.
Here's a story of Principal DC, who discovered a great group of eagle leaders. All of them have the same goal in their hearts, to grow little eagle souls. Here's a story of our eagle family. Everything we do is with love and compassion. We've placed our eagles being all together, but we're ready to soar. Even though things right now are not predictable, and the butterflies inside seem like a punch, rest assured that we will come together. That's the way we all became the eagle's nest, the eagle's nest, the eagle's nest. That's the way we all became the eagle's nest.
Welcome back to Durfee High School, everybody. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV. Third quarter about to begin, and both sides used every second of the 10-minute halftime break. We'll do a quick recap for you. It's been the Marion show for Brockton. Fantastic first half for her. Brockton's 3 goals came in that first quarter. Started the game 60 seconds in, a goal, then one about halfway through, and then another one in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. So really kind of bookending the quarter with goals. Then Durfee was able to come back, grab one in the second, and thanks to a tremendous save, one of the best saves seen in recent memory Abigail Carrero with a save on a penalty kick. And that is why the Hilltoppers still are only down by 2. But now a chance for Brockton, and that shot on net. It's bounced in the air, still in play, and a whistle. As there was a collision with Carrero there. She's up, no problem. So that's the reason, though, for the 3-1 score. Could very easily be 4-1. Could very easily be 3-3, to be quite honest with you, because after the first goal from Brockton, Durfee had 2 near misses that were down the left side of the field in that first quarter. This game has been kind of funky the way that some of this stuff has turned out and panned out, but nonetheless, 2 goals is manageable. Durfee doesn't have a tie this season. They're 1-3-0. Brockton 1-2-0. But, 2 goals is not an unreasonable task. You just, again, got to create those opportunities, got to take shots on net any chance you get. Sooner or later, you're going to get one. That's really, the bottom line. I said it with field hockey. We talk about it with ice hockey all the time. Even the pros. I get frustrated watching the NHL because you get a power play, you got the man advantage, and so often you see, the hockey players just taking their time. They're circling back to the point, side to side around the perimeter, and it's like, just take the shot. And the same can be said here, with soccer, with field hockey. You get that ball up front, put it on net, because you never know what's going to happen. If you don't put it on net, it's never going to go in. I can even remember a similar analogy with golf. I remember when I was taking golf lessons, and this goes back at least 15 years ago. This is a long time ago. And we're, I don't know what you're laughing at, Cam, Getting sassed by the students. You got to love it. But seriously, I took golf lessons, I want to say it was at least 15 years ago. No, it was before I started high school, so maybe almost 20 years ago. But anyway, I can remember the instructor saying, look, don't be afraid, be careful when you're putting. Don't just send it for a ride, but make sure it gets there, because if it stops short of the hole, it's never going to go in anyway. So it's okay to go past it. Just don't go a mile past it. And again, same concept here. Take a shot on net. It's all right if it goes over the crossbar. It's okay if it goes over. At least you took the shot on net. If you didn't take the shot, it's not going to go in anyway. McDonald, can she get there? Around the goalie, no! Olmstead with the grab. Holy cow. Surprised she didn't grab McDonald's ankle as well. I mean, it was like simultaneous there. I thought that McDonald got by, but the ball stayed behind her in the arms of Olmstead. A tremendous save for the Brockton senior goalkeeper. Both goalies with some good saves here to start the third. And now a free kick for the Boxers. Souza sets it in play to Fernandez. And another whistle. Wow! Well, there's our first, I'd say, real questionable call of the game. I didn't see anything egregious there that you could call it on one versus the other. That's a tough call on Raposa. They're both going for the ball. Ball was set in play. Good heads-up play right there for the Hilltoppers, and now play is stopped. No, it continues. So much confusion, and the indirect kicks, this has really been the bone of contention throughout almost half the season here. And, if you folks saw the live stream from Dartmouth Community Media, DCTV, when Durfee boys were on the road, I broadcasted that one up in Dartmouth, for our friends there at DCTV. And the same thing happened. There's so much confusion with the indirect or whatnot. And so many times play was halted just like that. Durfee read that perfectly. That's heads-up soccer, and good job by the girls to recognize that. They put the ball in play, and Brockton didn't do anything with it. And Durfee came ahead and took it. But then the whistle sounds, and everything stops. I mean, I understand it's kind of how it's got to be, but I guess I don't have to like it, though, at the same time. Chance in the box for the Hilltoppers. Dias unable to turn it around. Still in play. Kicked out. Rio gets a little nudge from Krim. That's sent back again, and it is, it's off the crossbar. Might have been deflected by Olmsted, but some good pressure for the Hilltoppers in that sequence. And the official is saying it was deflected, despite Olmsted adamantly denying. So it's a corner kick for the Hilltoppers. Keeps them down this end. They'll go from the far corner. And it'll be Dias and Rio. Looks like Rio's going to set it in play for Dias to take the shot. Again, and that's kind of, they put it in play rather quickly, let it roll a while. All that has to happen is the ball needs to be touched and moved. Nothing more, nothing less. That's the minimum right there. Just put it in play. It can, as long as someone else hits it right after. That's your indirect. It doesn't have to be, a flat-out pass. And I think that's kind of what happened up here moments ago in that situation with Brockton. Another shot from Marion. Oh, she beat the defender, but it slowed up just enough for Carrero to come out and the crowd with the applause. Few fans here today. Again, socially distanced, but nice to see, the players happy to have their families here to watch them play. Only home crowd, no visitors from, it can only be Durfee fans, so only home fans. Hargraves weaving her way through. Pass up head to Dias before it is cleared out of the box. Now Hargraves again, gonna loft it towards McDonald. And a collision there, that's going to be on Mr. Otto. Down the field it comes, landing just shy of the 40. Nice move by Rodriguez to get by Souza, keep it away from her. Durfee comes in, takes it away. That was Tibitot. And starting to get some mist here at the stadium. A little bit of can feel it coming in on the face. Hopefully short-lived. Kind of surprised. We weren't supposed to really have any rain today, but, again, we had rain yesterday that we weren't expecting either, so. Nothing on the radar, so. Durfee going to get the ball again. Playing it off the chest with Hargraves. It's going to sail out of play rather quickly. Got by Matos, who was patrolling the sideline. Some substitutions for both sides. And now we're back to the action. Caitlin Reardon, number 22, getting called on that violation. Already halfway through the third here. Been a pretty quick 10 minutes. Seen a lot of action. Couple chances for Brockton, but I'll be honest, Durfee's controlled this third quarter as the bulk of the playing time's been on this left side with them on the attack. But once again, the forwards for Brockton showing their speed. Rodriguez is actually a midfielder, number 9, but she's tremendously fast. And then, of course, you got Marion up front. Their transition is what's just so incredibly strong. I mean, they get down the field so fast. When you have that kind of speed that can beat the defense, I mean, there you go. There's just no looking back. Kind of reminds me of Isabel McDonald a few years ago for Durfee. Just so fast, tremendous scoring ability. She was a star forward for Durfee. And, I mean, it really was like just, get her the ball, and she'll beat anybody. And that's exactly, what we're seeing with Marion for Brockton. Marion takes the shot, and it's into the arms of Carrero. And she'll punt it away. It's going to take a bounce, and it's not going to be playable. So cleared it out of the box, but a little too far towards the sideline. Rodriguez goes to the far side of the box. And Destiny Rio clears it out, goes out of play on the far side, and it'll be Marion and Ella Silverman, number 5 there, just into the game. And now it goes out. Tell you, with these clouds and that little bit of mist that we're feeling in the air, it's gotten dark here really quick. Might end up needing the lights on before we're done. Played onside. McDonald pass to Hargraves, takes a shot, and it's gonna sail just to the left. Good set, though. That's what you like to see.
Keep it here.
It'll be a goal kick for Brockton. And we're only about halfway through here, depending on the team and the schedule. About halfway through now this abbreviated fall sports season. I'm already getting asked, what's going to happen with winter sports? What's going to happen with basketball and whatnot, and I can tell you my answer has been, there are dates already put in place for winter sports. In fact, there's dates put in place for the entire athletic school year. But as with anything, and I'm sure you would agree with me at home, I mean, we have to take this really 1 week at a time. So to look ahead to basketball when we're still in the middle of fall, and basketball and hockey, whatnot, winter sports would not start until, late November, early December. it's just way too early to even be talking about that. I mean, we're hopeful, obviously. I'm hoping within the next week or so we can get an update on the field house from Athletic Director Buston and maybe get some footage in there. So we're going to work on that as well, because that's also going to be, a factor, right? We need a place to play. So, we'll, of course, as always, on our Fred TV Sports Facebook page, any news we hear, we always post there along with the archives of these games and whatnot. So, be sure if you're not liking and following that page, please do so. Chance for Durfee. Oh, tripped in the box, and that should be a whistle on Brockton. And getting the bad news, I think, is Reynoso, since she's holding her hands and her arms up to her face. Going down hard on that far side was Dias. She's up on her own. Looks like she's okay. Glad to see that. But I believe this should result in a penalty kick then for the Hilltoppers, as the foul did occur in the box. We'll see what happens. No, it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. That's about the same spot. Actually, it's deeper into the box. Unless there was another whistle. Yeah, you know what? Look at how far back they are. To the right side of the screen. That's not where Dias went down. So I think there was actually a foul or violation called prior to Dias getting taken out. And that's why no penalty kick. Just a free kick from outside the box. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, that's the only thing that I can, conclude from seeing that, because where Dias went down was further into the box than where Durfee committed the violation earlier, which resulted in the penalty kick for Marion that she missed in the second quarter. Dias again takes a shot, no good. It's deflected. And out of play. Should be Durfee ball. It is. Well, Durfee definitely looked like a different team than they did in that first quarter, that's for sure. And particularly this third quarter has probably been their best. I know they haven't scored a goal, but man, they've had way more chances in this third, and they've created those chances. They didn't have that really even as much in the second quarter, but here in the third, they've really done a nice job at trying to create opportunities, spreading the field when they're, pushing down into the offensive attack. Played in the corner, shot on net to the box. That was pretty high up on the elbow. Loose in front. Oh, a kick save, and now a goal. Second chance effort. Durfee with their second, and it's Rio. Hilltoppers with a late goal here in the third, and they cut it to 3-2. That's a big goal. Again, what did I say? Keep taking shots on net. Sooner or later, you're going to get one. Well, there you go. Under 2 minutes in the third, and the Hilltoppers pull within one with 20 minutes to play. Not a bad spot to be in. Ooh, a little bit of a collision there, too, as Souza cleared it out and kind of was flat-footed. Dias ran into her. Not much time left here in the third. On the ground, good ball in front. Another shot for the Hilltoppers. It's loose. No. Cleared away. Yes! Tie game! How about that? I think it might have been Dias. I could be wrong. It's hard to see. Oh, Charlotte Misterato. Cam Norwood running camera. He's got a little closer of an angle than I do just with the naked eye. We are tied at 3 with 2 goals in the final 2 minutes of the third. Talk about a comeback. It's a whole new ball game. (3-3) the score. 2-minute break here. This broadcaster needs a sip of water, especially after those last 2 minutes. Listen, folks, I played this earlier in between the first and the second. As you know, we have a replica Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall going up at Bicentennial Park, and we're very proud that we, produced the campaign piece 2 years ago, pretty much this month, or November 1st, 2 years ago it aired. And now the wall is close to completion. While a grand opening is not going to happen necessarily till, I believe, the spring, I think it's expected to be fully complete or near complete for Veterans Day this year. And we're rolling out today, actually we're debuting it on this broadcast, our updated piece on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall. So take a look at that PSA. We'll see you in 60 seconds.
Fall River has traditionally been in the forefront of honoring members of the armed forces. Please assist in the mission to complete our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall. The names of approximately 58,300 American heroes will appear on the aluminum panels. Black granite pavers may be purchased to memorialize those who proudly served. We welcome you to be part of this once-in-a-lifetime project. To make a donation, order an individual paver, and see future announcements, please visit VietnamMemorialWall.org or connect with us on Facebook. 100% of your donation goes toward construction and perpetual care of the healing wall. Committee members expect a formal dedication in the spring of 2021. The spirit of this cooperative effort is of value to us all.
And welcome back to Mack Aldridge Field. Hope you enjoyed that piece. And that's actually Joe Marshall, who's on the board for this project. One of the many who spearheaded this project. Bill Damaris, Linda Pereira, Jack Spraga. I know I'm missing people, but so many people. Judge Macy, among others. Really, a big group that has really done such a tremendous job at making this happen. And let me tell you, if you've seen the real one in Washington, D.C., I have. This is incredible. It's 80, I believe 80 or 85% scale, so it's close to full scale. I mean, it's huge down at Bicentennial, and they definitely did it right. It looks fantastic on the footage. It looks even better up close. Obviously, still some finishing work construction-wise to be done. But again, if you've seen the real one down in D.C., you will not be disappointed here. This is really amazing. Ball loose in front and cleared out. So really a tremendous thing. And Bicentennial is just turned into a true memorial park here in Fall River. So many monuments and memorials. And of course, Iwo Jima, you saw in that piece as well as, another flagship memorial, if you will. So very special. And, one of the things with this wall that was put in place is that nobody within the area can really have one. Nobody else in the state. And I think it was within 50 miles, which basically negates Rhode Island from being able to have one as well. I'm trying to think back on some of those facts and tidbits from 2 years ago when we were first discussing it. So I believe, though, the 50-mile radius was, it might even be 100, but I believe it was at least 50, the radius of, who could have another one. So we're really an exclusive club. As you know, Fall River is the home of the 9/11 Memorial. We have Iwo Jima, the Gold Star Family Memorial. We have the Korean War Memorial, among others, down at Bicentennial. I just can't think of off the top of my head, but really, when this wall is done, the Vietnam Wall, when this is complete, then, you know, the rest of the landscaping can be finished, and it'll really be quite a showpiece in Fall River, pay tribute to the over 50,000 that were lost. So we'll, of course, have the official ribbon cutting and grand opening ceremony on Fall River Government Television, our sister station, when that happens. Well, the Hilltoppers hoping to ride their surge of momentum there at the end of the third with those back-to-back goals. I mean, that is just not something you see every day. They were down 3-0 at one point, by the way. After one quarter, they were down 3-0. Grabbed one in the second, and then in these final 2 minutes of the third, were able to tie it up with back-to-back goals. Just very impressive, very exciting moments here at Mac Aldridge Field. And they're hoping they can ride this same momentum and finish off what would be a comeback win. It would be their second if they're able to forge ahead and take their first lead here in the fourth. Just over 16 minutes to play in the game. And, of course, as you know, during the regular season, we do finish at the end of regulation, regardless of what the score is, we finish. So if it is a tie, it's a tie. There's no play to a winner like in the playoffs. Another good shot on net. That one went out of play, though. Wide to the left, and that's because it was deflected. So the Hilltoppers will have a corner kick. Again on the far corner. Whistle is sounded as the ball comes into the box, and it'll be Brockton ball. There was a violation by one of the Durfee players.
Watch your line.
That one cleared out and then sent right back the other direction as we kind of volley the ball. Not settling it, just kind of jostling back and forth with the high kicks. That one goes out of play. Now, since we lost the sun, definitely gotten a little cooler as well. It's gotten dark, a little misty, definitely a bit cooler here at the stadium. Jackets going on. Carrero makes the scoop as Marion was coming in full steam ahead. Centering pass in front, and no good. Did hear a whistle as well. Oh, it looks like a corner. I think it actually might have gone out of play. So that was the call. So a corner kick now for the Boxers. Marion sets it in play. They kick it back to her. And now sent towards the box and cleared out by Durfee. Kicked up ahead. Durfee in transition. Dias has the ball up ahead. Oh, she looked the wrong way. Loose ball, and it's taken by Olmsted. Oh, what a great chance for Durfee. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I think Dias thought that she was going to have help from coming on the right side here, like along the sidelines from Lockhart. And she had a beautiful pass up ahead. She just broke the wrong way. And I saw the ball bounce up. I think we might have had hands. I think that might be why we had a stoppage. The ball did come up and then it kind of batted straight down to the ground, so I think we might have seen a handball. Yeah, straight on free kick as well. Cleared away. And a corner kick again for Brockton. Ball in front, takes a bounce. Dias gets checked from both sides, but it was Marion, I think, who really did the most of it coming in from behind. Oh, big collision on the left side of your screen there. Rodriguez went down pretty hard. Olmsted kicks it out, and it'll go out. Man, it's dark. You can't tell on your screen because the camera's, pushing some extra gain to make it lighter, but it is like we need the lights on here at the stadium. I can't believe how dark it's gotten, like in person. I know you folks at home can always tell, when the shadows creep in, the sun versus the shadows, but just overall, I mean, it looks good on the screen, but man, it's dark here. I thought for sure that the lights would have gone on at the start of the fourth. That's kind of what happened on Monday with field hockey, and Monday we had full sun. McDonald, the pass to Lockhart. Lockhart trying to get through the defense, cannot. Passed up ahead. Gonna go all the way down into the corner. And it is stopped, played right on the line, still in play. I thought that went out off of Brockton, to be honest with you. Oh, the lights are coming on. Just saw the good save there from Carrero to keep it tied. And a short punt coming to the sideline, and it's going to be unplayable again. We're under 10 minutes here in the fourth. 3-3 the score. The stadium lights warming up here at Mac Aldridge Field. Oh, tough play there. Unable to clear it out. Shot on net. Oh, and it's good. Off the top of the crossbar. It bounced down and up and in. Oh, that's a killer for Durfee. Especially given how well they've controlled the second half. They have completely controlled the second half. Well, Durfee will have 7.5 minutes to try to draw even once again. They've never led in this one. And now find themselves down 4-3 to the Boxers. Marion beats the defense. And that sneaks through! And I believe that's Marion's 4th goal of the game. The Boxers doing to Durfee what the Hilltoppers did to Brockton at the end of the 3rd. 5-3 the score. And my oh my, has this one changed in a hurry. And it looked like, to me, it looked like Carrero just might have fallen just a hair too late, because, I mean, that was hit almost right at her. That's a normal goal. That's a tough one to swallow. She's had some tremendous saves today. Cleared out. Brockton in transition again. 2 versus 4, though. The Hilltoppers have numbers down low. That one skips by Marion. And a whistle. Shot toward the box, played down in front and settled. Another shot on net, and it's wide to the left. Whew. That was close to number 6. Sent back just to the top of the box. Rodriguez looking for room. No, nothing there. And Hilltoppers. Pass up ahead. McDonald and a foot race for the ball, and it's going to be cleared out. It looks like by Emma Demita. Lockhart tried centering one. It's out of play. Durfee will have the corner. As you may notice, too, it looks a little foggy on your screen. That's because the mist is coming in. More apparent with the lights on. Very strange day. Because it was beautiful at pregame. That's going to come all the way out of play. Durfee will have to inbound it again. No corner this time, just from the side. 3 minutes to play. This one nearing its conclusion. You see the clock on the top left of your screen there. Dias trying to get around two defenders. She does. Takes a shot, and it's just wide. Too far, too high. It sailed top left corner. Good spot to shoot for. Just a little too strong. For the Lady Hilltoppers, today being Wednesday, the next action will be Friday. They're going to travel to New Bedford while the boys host the Whalers here. And then next Wednesday, they'll be out at Dartmouth, and actually I'll be broadcasting that one on the road again for Dartmouth Community Media, DCTV. So, and that one will be live. We'll have a link. DCTV always provides us with one, so the live stream will be also on our Facebook page that day as well. If you don't have Facebook, they have a YouTube account, Dartmouth Community Media, and you can find it there. They'll have the game scheduled and streaming there as well if you don't have Facebook to link over. So you'll be able to see the road game for the Hilltoppers. Clock has stopped at the 2 minutes. Durfee really taking their time, getting the ball in. You know, and so often, I'm not saying this is the case, but there are many times, you know, when you're down by maybe 2 with this amount of time left, you know, you kind of take your time, things slow down, you know, it's nearing the end. Well, what we saw at the end of the third quarter is a prime example as to why you don't do that. You play till the whistle, because Durfee was able to get 2 goals at the end of that third.
Nice move. Ready.
But there is the whistle, and this one has gone final indeed. So a 5-3 victory for the Boxers. It ends up kind of being a comeback because, as you know, Durfee was able to erase what was a 3-0 deficit, and instead were able to tie it before Brockton was able to pull ahead with back-to-back goals here midway through the fourth. So a 5-3 Brockton victory. Hilltoppers drop to 1-4-0. Brockton back at 500, 2-2-0. All right, folks. Hey, we thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the live stream as well. This will be running on Fred TV this week, of course, as well. A repeat broadcast on Channel 9. For Cameron Norwood, I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee High School. We'll see you on our next broadcast.